Okay, I wanted to give about a 2-week update on the alfalfa and a 5-week update on the buckwheat. And so we put the alfalfa down, and then not too long after we put the alfalfa down, it rained pretty much solid for like an entire week. I think we got between 6 and 8 inches of rain that week. And then in typical South Carolina fashion, it's been clear and sunshine ever since. And at the time of the video, the Bermuda high, which has been ravaging most of the eastern side of the US, has come our way. So we're under a heat advisory right now. And so just wanted to show what the alfalfa is looking like. So there's some of the alfalfa right there. And so the hope is with the alfalfa, it's still going to grow decent. It's technically more of a cooler weather type crop. So it might or might not get to its full alfalfa glory during the summer here, but we shall see. But then I wanted to give an update on the buckwheat. The buckwheat is a little more than 5 weeks old, and as you can tell, it's actually doing pretty decent. It's doing better than I thought it was going to. We broadcast spread the buckwheat, which if you drill it, you get a higher percentage chance than if you broadcast it. I'm showing all the dragonflies that are here right now. In case you didn't know, dragonflies eat mosquitoes and gnats and things. So we like to have as many dragonflies as possible to help keep the other bug population down. And they also do not attack humans, so that's also good too. Even though there's a ton of them, they're kind of swarming around me. But anyway, we broadcast spread, which was a disadvantage. We did not have a proper cultipacker, so the seeds were not able to get pushed into the ground good enough. So a lot of the seeds really did not start germinating until after the rain pretty much pushed it into the ground. But as you can see, there's a decent amount of germination here for the buckwheat. And then the third thing was, it was about 2 weeks from when this field got cultivated to when we put the seed down, and it had rained during that time, which means the ground was already sort of hard already. So we had 3 things going against us for this buckwheat, but it's still germinating pretty good. And so some of this buckwheat, I'm looking at it right here, because there's like a real tall one right there. That's probably 3.5 feet tall. And most of the ones that are right in front of me here are between 2.5 and 3 feet tall. So the plan for the buckwheat is we spread it around the middle of May. And buckwheat normally takes a 2-month to maturity rate. And so what I'm thinking is around the end or around the beginning of August, after the buckwheat has matured, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to brush hog the entire field. And I want to do that because the seeds will be mature by then. And I want to mow everything down, put the seeds back into the ground to see if they can populate again. And so hopefully we can do this, maybe 2 or 3 times in a year. They say buckwheat can germinate when it's above 45 degree soil temperature, but they prefer above 55 degree soil temperature. And either fortunately or unfortunately in our area, the soil temperature 95% of the time is above 45. We had our little mini blizzard earlier this year, and that was obviously less than 45 degrees. But other than that, pretty much the soil temperature is above 45. Then the other thing I wanted to show while I was out here is we have a wild watermelon of some sort here that's growing. Andre and I obviously did not plant that, and so the birds must have gotten and brought it in from somewhere else. So I'll be curious to see what that's going to look like. There were some melons that were up near the top of the field up there last year, and those might or might not be the same kind as that. So we shall see. And then also, other than the buckwheat, which we sowed, this right here is peanuts, and that's left over from the farmer from last year, because he did peanuts last year, and you know, they don't harvest, they're not able to harvest 100%. So there still were some peanuts that they weren't able to harvest or were still in the ground or whatever, so they started popping up this year. So we also have a decent amount of peanuts growing into the field, which at the worst case scenario is not that bad. So let me let the guys in real quick because they want to go in. All right, while I'm up here, I wanted to show what the field looks like when it's when I'm elevated a little bit. So let me zoom in some. So that's what the field looks like. So you get a better shot from up here. So most of the time when I see the field, I see it from this perspective, not actually down on the ground. So I just wanted to show what the field actually looks like right now. So all things considering, I think the field is doing pretty good. Then the other thing is, and I need to water these, is we're in the process of moving our blueberries. They're in the right spot, but the blueberries need to be out of the ground a little bit. So we need to berm them up using dirt. And Andre wants to use peat moss and pine bark or pine mulch, and which is pine trees that got mulched up. Reason you use pine trees lower the pH, and blueberries love low pH. So I'm going to get done with the video, and then I'm going to water these things because they look like they need water. Because being out in the hot sun like this, we probably need to water them like every day or every other day. And then when I get done, I'm going to see if we got any eggs. So I just want to give a little update on the buckwheat and the alfalfa. Really nothing to report on the garlic. That's why I really didn't do a garlic video. So I think the garlic is pretty much about the same as what it was last week. If something changes on the garlic, I'll obviously do video on that. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see on the video, but there are a ton of dragonflies around here, which is a good thing. So buckwheat doing good, tons of dragonflies, and it's hot.